What is up, everybody? Welcome to Anime Array. I'm your host, Dion, joined with.
Raheem,
And I'm Richard.
All right, boys. Thank you guys for joining me on this lovely Monday morning.
Yes, sir. Happy to be
thanks
here.
for having
Excited to be
us.
here.
Yep.
All right, guys. Have you heard about this? Have you heard about this show? It's a short show, not that long running. Not that popular. Pretty
Right?
big of a sleeper.
Really?
Any guesses?
My Hero Academia.
Close. Not yet.
Nakaba.
Close. Even
Um,
closer.
Demon Slayer. I don't think anyone's heard of that
Oh, no. I actually haven't seen that one.
one.
Uh,
I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
hard to
This.
pick up this dungeon. I'm sorry.
No. This week we're talking about One Piece.
Ooh,
And now One Piece is incredibly long and it's still ongoing. So it's kind of hard for us to rank it when it's forever changing.
right,
So the way that I thought we can rank it is we're gonna rank it up to episode 325, which is pretty much four sagas of the anime.
right.
All right.
And each saga has a whole bunch of individual arcs. But yeah, just for those that aren't aware of exactly number 325, that is pretty much from, the time we meet Luffy up to after the Water 7 saga. And so up to where spoiler warnings.
Yep,
Um
spoilers, of
yeah,
Of
course.
course.
spoilers for this
Spoilers.
podcast and every podcast in the future.
Hmm.
But yeah, up to post Annie's lobby, so pretty much as soon as Frankie joins. And actually episode 325 is when you get the little teaser of Ace versus Blackbeard. That's where we drew the line for this, the first third, also not even third anymore, but I'm gonna
Not
say
even.
third of One Piece.
I think it's
Hmm.
close to the fourth at this point, right?
The fourth what? Say it
Yeah,
Like
it
like
actually
one
is. Yeah, it's more
fourth.
like the first fourth. Who
It's
knows? By the time
crazy.
One Piece finishes, it'll probably be
Uh,
a sixth of it.
it's a good half of it.
Ha
The four sagas is a good half of the story because they say One Piece about halfway is more than half done now, but it does still have a lot of years on
well, the way
Sure.
that we're thinking about it though, since there's over 1,000 episodes, 325 is not even a third of that, you know?
it. Yeah, it's not even the third of
Yeah, so but
Right. Okay.
anyways,
it.
who wants to get into it first? The first thing that we're gonna talk about is plot. And so the way that we judge plot, we have a couple like subcategories in our plot, which is worth up to 40 points. So we have the main plot, how original the plot is, the subplots, and all these factors come together to make up the plot.
All right, I'll dive first. Firstly, I'm going to say One Piece plot to me is very original because I haven't seen any fucking pirate anime other than One Piece, and if I have not seen a pirate anime done as well as One Piece. Um, One Piece has amazing world building. They don't just focus on your main cast. There's always something happening in the background
Okay.
that you don't see that you're going to find out, and I love that about One Piece. Um,
Question real quick.
yes.
So it is original when it comes to the pirate
Hmm.
aspect,
Hmm.
but is it original for a man trying to become king of the pirates? Or,
A man try to be
like
king of the pirates.
Naruto trying to become
Yeah.
Hokage,
Okay.
or Deku being number one hero, and so on and so forth. So in that aspect, is it really original?
I
I
mean,
get the pirates is
mm,
a different genre,
well,
but is the plot actually original of going from zero to hero?
I would say yes.
You would
yes,
say yes.
I would say
yeah,
yes.
definitely yes. Because you can't just say that because all of these shows want to be the best in their show. They are going to be the strongest in their show. It's like it's very rarely that the main character isn't going to be the strongest in his show by end of series.
But
Right.
is the plot like the journey? Is the idea of this
The
journey
journey is very
original?
original.
The journey is original all on its own, and you can talk about that all on its own. But even the story of Luffy wanting to be Pirate King is original in itself because like you may say that it sort of mirrors like Naruto's Hokage dream and all these others wanting to be the best of the best. But
Mhm.
Pirate King I feel like is more than just being the best of the best because there's no like because it's a frowned upon status. So technically, I feel like even then technically it'd be the best of the worst, which
Yeah,
is something to make note of, which makes it different
Mhm.
and original in its own.
it's true.
You know?
Very good
Yeah,
point,
but
Richard.
Luffy isn't a very evil pirate.
No,
also not evil.
he has a
he's
character
not,
might not
he's
be, but
not
we'll get into
evil at
that.
all.
No, but being
Mhm.
a pirate is still deemed by the people of that universe as
Mhm.
a bad guy or
As a
bad
bad
gal,
guy.
bad whatever. It's a bad person,
Mhm.
bad group.
Okay,
100%.
good point. You're actually saving me right there. Okay,
Okay. Before I was interrupted.
my
Yeah,
bad.
it's not, I guess in that sense, yeah, but like a lot of these shows want that to be the case anyway. But it just, I love the journey. Like I didn't even think that I would like this show so much, and there I was, 100 episodes in, still been watching. When I first watched One Piece, I literally binge watched like 300 episodes in probably a week.
Wow.
Very,
Dedication.
That's
yeah.
dedication. Like I was stuck. I was glued to it. The world building, the plot, everything is so good. Um, let me discuss. Let me just say something. Let's go to what's fucking the arc with Nami, the Arlong Town arc. Like
Uh-huh.
Right.
one of the first arcs that I was like, okay, this anime is it. When you see Luffy, this is when they fight. When you see Luffy, drove his leg all the way up, and it goes all the way
Oh,
to the
Gungan
top of the
Guillotine.
His
fucking
first
building.
Gun guillotine we
Yeah,
see.
Gungan
Is that the first
Guillotine.
one?
Yes,
I'm pretty sure that's the first one. That's the most
Yeah.
memorable one.
that's
Yeah.
the most memorable one. And he crashes all the way down on Arlong's head.
Yep.
That's
That was
just
intense.
dope moment. The scene, even the scene before that, where he gave Nami his straw hat. We all know how
Oh man.
important Luffy's straw hat
I
is
feel
to
like
him.
I feel like we're getting ahead of ourselves here.
Is it?
A little bit. We're jumping
Them
category.
standout moments. It's part of a plot.
It is a
It is
subplot.
part of the plot.
It's
It is
part of the plot.
This is true.
Definitely one of the best shorter arcs to the show. But that was only like
That's
what,
right.
20, 25 episodes ish? I'm not sure the exact run, but it wasn't that long since
It was
Nami
It
like
wasn't that long, and I think it really like it shows you what you're in for.
it
Yes,
does.
without a
It's
doubt.
very short. It not that long, but it was a very good arc all the same. But I'll pass it off to one of you boys.
I'll take this because I feel like I haven't gotten a chance to talk much yet. I'm
Mhm.
gonna go back to Raheem when he first said when he was talking about the originality of he hasn't seen any other pirate anime. I have. I've seen one other one, and it not even close to being anywhere as good as One Piece, even early One Piece. When people say like it's okay, but it gets better, I think early One Piece is great.
What's the name of the other pirate anime you're referring to?
Yeah,
It
we need to know.
is. I know we do. I want to say it starts with the letter N.
Okay, heard that. It's not memorable.
It's
Yeah, now
not
I remember.
memorable. Oh, Plunderer. It's called Plunderer.
Wanderer. Haven't
That's
heard
what
of
it's
it.
Plunderer.
called. I was looking through my list of all anime seen real quick. Plunderer. It is a very. It's not about this. It's not about this episode, but it's a very like fan servicey, not well written type of pirate one.
Hmm.
Mm-hmm.
So One Piece is a trillion times better, to say the least.
Okay.
But the originality, it's definitely there. Entertaining, without a doubt. All the characters are unique. They have their own personalities,
Mm-hmm.
and the writing for them, it just does. It goes so well, and I like how when it comes to it, they give these characters like their sort of personalities, and they never stray from it. Unless like the only time I can really think of them straying from that is like with Luffy, and that's just him. Like when he gets serious, like when he's mad. And even
Mm-hmm.
then, I feel like that's still part of his personality. It's
It's
like the other
definitely
side of the
is.
goofy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Agreed. Okay.
Well, you guys have convinced me. At first, I didn't think the plot was original. I thought it was pretty generic shonen anime. But I guess you guys are right, because sure. And also, this anime is really old. When did it first air? Like 1991?
90s. Yeah.
Yeah, like in the 90s. And so I guess, like, especially for its time, it was
It's
probably
already
like the start of it. So yeah, before all of us were born, it started airing. So
It's true.
it is much more original. I was giving it credit for. Then let's jump into the subplots that Raheem you started talking about, because I definitely think the Arlong Park arc is definitely something that we need to talk more about.
Mm-hmm. What area did you want to talk more about in the Arlong?
Man, I really just like how Nami. This also bleeds into the character points because this also
Mm.
gets character points respect. But how Nami betrayed them because she needed the money, but
Mhm.
Luffy, Zoro, that like the Straw Hats understood her situation and still
Mhm.
rallied behind her.
They didn't
I-
care.
They didn't care.
Like classic anime friendship trope. But I think that's like a peak anime friendship trope right there.
Yes.
It is.
It's early
It was
on,
handled
they're not
very
even
well.
tight yet. Like they're not even that tight yet, and yet they still were like, "Hey, yo, you're on my crew. I got you."
I'm just saying that the straw when he gave her the straw hat, it gave me chills when I first watched it.
Right.
Like he gave her the straw hat and she just starts bawling her eyes out.
Yeah.
Stabbing her arm. You can't forget about that part. Where
Can't
she
forget
takes the
about that.
knife to the tattoo that Arlong
Mhm.
gave her. Man.
That was a part. And that's just Saga 1, right?
Yeah.
Just
Isn't
that's
it?
Saga
But
1.
that's the best
That-
arc in Saga 1, though. Can we all
Yes,
agree on
that's
that?
the best arc in
I think,
yes.
yeah, without a
I
doubt.
would
Now,
say so, yeah.
I don't think it's fair for us to talk about the best without talking about the worst. What arc in the East Blue Saga is the worst to you guys?
Which arc is East
Mm.
Blue?
Let's see.
Probably the Barati arc, where they pick up Sanji. Sanji is
You
one
know,
of my favorite characters.
I was gonna say the same
Right.
thing.
Yeah, but it's not very memorable. The most memorable thing the most memorable part of the Barati arc was Sanji fighting with his other chefs,
Yeah, but like,
Yeah.
not a lot really
like
went
them
on.
pretending not to like him. But not a lot went on. Like I don't remember the fight. I don't remember who they fought.
They just kind of showed up and
I would say things start picking up for real until like the Arlong arc. So
Mhm.
and for me, any one of these arcs besides Town could be one of the worst arcs.
That's
Sure.
fair. It was a lot of setting
is
up
fair.
because they were just trying to
Yeah.
get members to join Luffy
Sure.
too.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, you know what?
Well,
I
I would
disagree. I
say
feel like that's not very fair because I feel like I guess it would be the Romance Dawn arc where he picks up Zoro.
I was
Then
gonna
like
say
the
the same
Marines
thing.
and
Yeah,
stuff.
I
Okay,
did
Not
like the
bad.
pick
start.
up Zoro.
I did like the start of the anime with
I
that
like
and
the
how you
start.
meet Smoker and stuff already.
Mm-hmm.
Smoker,
And then you remember, did I
Luffy's
remember
little
that
friend,
fucking Kobe?
Kobe,
Yeah,
bro.
man,
Kobe pink
we could
hair
Him.
talk about
mess.
Kobe because you see his return.
You do see his
You do
What a
see
return.
his
glow
return.
up! What a glow
The
up!
What a
glow
glow
up.
up indeed. I feel like that's a better way to describe it. Not a return, a glow up. My God.
Is that him?
I didn't recognize him.
I didn't recognize him. I didn't even
Because I
connect the
was
pink
like,
hair to
huh?
the pink hair.
They said Kobe. I'm like, that's not Kobe.
That's not Kobe. Kobe
Oh.
has glasses. That guy's not
Yeah,
wearing
right.
glasses.
Nah. He's taller. He's slimmer. Huh?
hmm
Poor
I
Rudy.
guess that's fair. Like Romance 9, if I had to pick, it was probably one of the arcs I don't fucking remember. So between Orange Town and Syrup. Because I remember when they picked up Zoro. I remember when they picked up Sanji. I remember
I just
Logan
remember
Town.
one.
I mean,
Yeah.
remember Chop? Like, yeah, I have like rough ideas, but like they don't have any standout moments in the arcs, though. I would say.
Yeah.
So, okay. You guys want to
Right.
move on to the next saga?
Yeah,
Oh,
let's move on to the next saga.
Arabasta. Arguably, I think it's my favorite saga.
Your favorite saga?
I think it's my favorite saga. Of the four that we've seen, I really liked Arabasta.
Well, I got some.
Okay.
I'm gonna just
So,
take
what's
your
your favorite
thunder.
arc in the saga? Let's go there.
Probably either the Arabasta arc where they bring Princess Vivi back and they deal with her whole civil war that's going on, or the Whiskey Peak arc because that's when they pick up our boy Chopper, and Chopper's a good time. I think Chopper is one of the best additions to the crew thus far.
Okay.
Okay, Dion.
Oh, this arc. This arc was incredibly slow for me, and when I first started watching it, I almost dropped the show because of it.
It's very slow.
Little
saga.
Garden into like Drum Island, like the middle of Alabasta was incredibly slow. As they make the journey back to Arabasta for them to actually make the fight for her to become queen again. It was incredibly slow, and I'm not a fan of slowness, especially when it was like 30 episodes, I think, roughly. Those two arcs made up 30, 40 episodes. So
Don't remember, give or take.
I don't remember. I'm just assuming because I'm trying to make numbers out of to 325, but it felt long. But when they were fighting, it was hidden.
Oh,
it
yeah.
was hidden.
It was hidden when you see him fighting. Crocodile, he a cool ass villain. Props to him for chewing that fucking devil fruit. Have y'all seen it? What his devil fruit looks like?
No, I have not
I
seen
don't
what
think
his devil
so.
fruit looks like, but
Well,
his
you guys
devil
know.
fruit is sick.
Well, let me just explain the devil fruit to look like, just to understand what this man went through to get those powers,
Mhm.
because he deserves them. You guys know what a
Mhm.
cactus is?
Yes.
Yeah.
You know, we live in a desert, Richard.
Yeah,
Well, this man pretty much ate a spiky ass cactus, bro.
that's right.
That
Okay.
was his devil fruit.
So he ate a jackfruit.
Yeah, he had a jackfruit.
Okay.
Essentially, he had a jackfruit.
All right.
I just thought that shit was crazy. When I seen that
he went
shit,
hard
couldn't
for
be
the
me.
powers.
Yeah, if
He
he
went
went
hard for the
hard, couldn't be
powers.
me. I'd rather not have sand powers. Missing
Yeah,
with
but
that.
his powers are sick if they
So
actually like
sick.
use them right. But favorite arc out of the Arabasta saga has to be between the Arabasta arc itself or Whiskey Peak. Guessing Zoro. I'm pretty sure this is the arc where Zoro soloed the whole organization in one night.
Yeah, it was that one
Yeah.
because the village was under attack.
This is correct.
Yes. Just dope as fuck. Like this really still solidifies Zoro as like a GOAT character.
Oh yeah.
Without a doubt.
And that's just it. Like Zoro, that's why. Like Dion said, this cycle was extremely slow for me. Like, it was just all right.
See,
Okay.
like it was a little slow, but I feel like it was good, and it was definitely worth it.
It definitely wasn't bad, but it was like, we've had some better arcs.
Definitely had some better
Anything
arcs.
else to say for this saga?
I think we can move on.
Well,
Let's move on.
speaking of better arcs, I think the
Uh-huh.
Sky
Speaking of
Island
meta
saga
arcs,
is a much better arc.
see, I
Way
think
better
Sky
saga.
Island Saga is mid.
No,
You want to
I
talk
don't know,
about
bro.
where I
It's-
felt bored?
You were
Annals?
bored, Sky
I was
Island?
You were
bored. Sky
bored?
Island. I was bored.
What was
Sky
boring?
Island
Watching
bores
this,
you?
bro, I was bored. I was tired of hearing these goddamn Skypiea people be like, "Oh God, please don't hurt me. Oh God, oh God." Like, bro, if I wanted to hear so much "Oh God," I'd have watched a spicy anime instead of One Piece.
Yeah.
Like, Jesus, yes.
Wow.
Like,
I mean, but he had them thinking that he was their Lord and Savior. They
And-
they
hey,
sure
actually
did,
thought he was
and
a god.
I caught on to that very quickly. I didn't need them to keep telling me. I didn't. You know, like
That's just the
for me,
culture they had there. That I think that's great world
suppose,
building.
You know,
Yeah, I think
you
it's
say
great
that,
world
I
building.
say it's excessive.
Fair
But it's
enough.
good world building. And their
Like,
world, he was their god. Like they
he
didn't
sure
know
was.
anybody. Did you see the shit that he was able to do?
I
Even
did see the shit
even
he was
in
able
the
to do.
new, I won't even say it because we're only covering. But the shit that he can do
He's
is
insane.
shit that people are doing after time skip.
Yeah, no,
The shit that he was able to do.
he was something else. God and L, that man is built
Yes.
different for sure. Although
Very, very powerful.
his
Just
ears are
he
kind of
went up
goofy
against
looking,
Luffy.
but that is okay, I guess.
Question, Richard. Since you like Alabasta better, do you think
Yes.
Crocodile is cooler than Enel?
Yes,
Okay. You're wrong, but okay.
bro. Anel was so.
I won't lie
just-
to you. I
he
think
was strong.
Crocodile cooler than the nail too.
Thank you.
But
Really?
I don't think it's a
Yes.
better arc. I guess for like Enel was kind of like
He was so
his
like
powers
mid.
are his powers is what's cool about him. But him as
Yes.
character, he's kind of goofy.
He is kind of goofy. He's kind of boring. Like he would
I
talk.
wouldn't say
and
boring,
it's
but he's
like,
goofy.
Crocodile's boring.
I don't know, bro. Crocodile.
Crocodile, he a badass.
He just means straight business. Crocodile just means
Okay,
straight
so
business.
Okay. I'd rather my villain mean straight business than have this weird god complex and talk about
Motherfucker
himself
play with
and
his food.
suck
And
his
they'll play
own
with his
dick.
food, bro. And he be playing drums on him. He be playing bongos in front of him. Then he
he
beat
do
his
play
ass.
with his food, but that's what got him folded because he wanted to play with his food.
No.
And I mean plot armor.
And
Hard
not even
counter.
plot armor, bro.
Hard counter.
Just the ways of the world. Hard
Yep,
counter.
hard counter.
Hard counter indeed.
Yeah, Luffy really lucked out with that one.
Being a rubber man against a
Yeah,
lightning
rubber
man.
Yeah.
Without a doubt. But okay.
But Yeah, I think that arc was dope. I also thought
will
Robin
say-
died in that arc. When
Oh, really?
I thought Robin died when she faced and now.
Oh
Oh,
yeah,
when you
because he
see
was
him shoot
folded.
that
He folded
bolt,
the whole crew, didn't he?
folded the
Yeah, I
bolt,
thought
bro.
he killed Robin. He one tapped Robin with
Yeah, but
like
He
a
one
shot that
tapped the
lightning
bolt
whole
bolt
right
shot.
in her
crew, bro.
head, and they made it look like she died, but no.
Yeah, I thought she was a goner.
She walked it off.
And remember, y'all, they was in the forest, and like, if they said if you spoke bad on him, he was one tapping people from
Yeah.
the forest. Like, if you was in
This is
his
true.
range,
Like
he was
when,
gonna
like
one
at the
tap
start.
you.
Yeah, like at the
Yes.
start of the arc or of the Jaya arc, when
Mhm.
I forget the girl's name, but the girl's like taking them to the boat to go to the island, and
Mhm.
she starts apologizing, saying she feels bad because they're basically a sacrifice, and he almost smites her.
Mm-hmm.
That was insane. I was like, damn, okay, dude, I got it.
Can I
I
also
feel
say
like that's
something
all I
fucked up?
needed. I feel like that's all I needed to understand that he was a badass. I didn't need everyone else to tell me he's a badass.
Hey, bro.
Dude.
They were scared for his life. If they didn't say that
They were
Richard,
scared, bro.
they
Like
were all
they
gonna
were
die.
living in fear though.
Yup.
This is true.
So
One more side note before we move on, yo. That I
Mhm.
just think is so funny, but also fucked up for Sky Island is how when they get there, they charge them like 10 million to be there
Oh
and
yeah.
10 million to leave without saying shit until they have
Yeah.
to leave.
Yeah.
I
But
just thought
then
that
they
was
end
funny.
up taking them big ass gold pillars from
Yup,
him.
and that's how we get the money for when we enter Water 7 for them to, invest into fixing the Mary.
No, they didn't get to take the gold pillars because they took all the other little treasures instead. And then
They didn't take the
Oh,
big ass gold
oh
pillars.
yeah, no,
no,
yeah,
they
yeah,
didn't
yeah.
take the
They
pillar. They
ran
were gonna
away.
give it to them. They were gonna give them the gold pillar as a gift, as like a thank you. But instead, they
Uh-huh.
took all the little treasure. And then they saw the people coming, and they thought they were coming to be mad because they just took all the treasure, and so they ski-daddled.
Okay. One thing though, a side note.
Mhm.
Remember, guys, at the end of this arc, Enel went to the moon.
And now they go to the moon. He took off. He still gotta fly
This is
away.
true. He is
Enel
still
is
very
on
much
the
alive.
moon.
He is on the moon doing moon man things.
Yeah,
Yes. Okay.
that's all I wanted to say. So this is a character that went to the moon. We've seen somebody go to the moon in this saga / arc.
Okay.
I
Thank
didn't.
you for
Yeah,
thank you for
I feel like that's a good thing to keep in mind for
yeah.
maybe a future
He didn't
episode
get
when
his
we
ass
want
beat. He
part
didn't get
two.
sent to prison like Crocodile. He just flew
Yeah.
away.
No?
He did not. He got his ass beat, but he left.
He still kind of completed his mission. He just
More or
wanted to fly
less.
away.
Okay, but let's move
away.
on now. All right, we
Move
gonna
on.
go down to the Water 7 saga.
Best arc,
That's Water 7 Saga.
which is all
Okay,
Probably
Best
my
arc.
second favorite.
this is my favorite saga, and the what's the name of One Piece that we're covering today. This is my favorite saga, but my favorite arc in the saga, easily Enies Lobby.
Easy.
Enies Lobby was really good.
It's really not even fair.
Easily. Not even
Really
fair.
good.
Like
Not even fair.
not an arc on this in the past sagas.
I liked the Long Ring, Long Land arc. When they first leave Skypiea and they come right back down, and they land in the middle of like that high security marine base. I thought that was
Oh,
great.
actually, that was a good time. Yeah,
I thought that was great. I was like,
that was
oh
really
shit.
good.
Like,
You know
I
what?
feel
Because
like
Luffy was fucking with the Marines a lot that arc.
Yeah, no, yeah.
He was messing with them a lot that arc. Definitely.
definitely, bro. They
Definitely
was
stirred the
outsmart
pot a lot
Marines,
with them.
left, right, and center. Oh yeah.
There's a lot of comedic moments in that arc.
Mm-hmm.
I remember there's a meme of Luffy going around. I don't know if y'all seen it, where he's trolling one of the Marines guys and he's like walking around him in circles, trolling
yeah.
him.
I know
Yeah.
exactly what you're talking about.
Mm-hmm.
It's like when he first sneaks in there before he even meets up with Sanji again.
Uh-huh.
Yep. I know exactly what you're talking about. That shit was
So
funny. They
great
had
comedic
Sanji up in
moments.
there, and everyone thought Sanji was the best.
Hmm.
And then after Sanji left, all the food afterwards was just garbage to them.
Yeah. Man, that man can definitely cook.
That man
He
could
definitely
whip in the
can cook.
kitchen.
Well, all right. I'll explain why Enies Lobby is my favorite arc. Some of the best fights. I won't even dive into it because we'll get into that at a later segment. But some of the best fights. Some of the best world building as well. That's all around, everything was great. The characters were great. We met
Character
some
development
great
was
characters,
Robin.
great character development. Sick fights, fuck it, like everything was great. That's all I gotta say.
It was great. Yeah.
And we'll get into it later in moments, standout moments.
Can I say something about this arc? Why
Mhm.
Enies Lobby is my favorite?
Go for it.
Mhm.
Because this is when I think the plot tips over into like a new era of this show. When he shoots the
Mhm.
flag, declares war on the government, I feel
Mhm.
like that's when everything building up, all these fights, all this training was leading to like
Mhm.
this moment.
Without a doubt.
And so now it's starting to feel worth it because now they're
Mhm.
they're up against the world, they're up against the world government. And I
Did
just
y'all
think
know?
Hmm.
I'm sorry. Did you know Enies Lobby is I believe is an anime only arc?
No way.
I think so. And it's
Can't be
crazy
true.
how good it is.
Can't be true. Enies Lobbies on
Let's
anime only
let's fact check it.
Yeah, fact check
Quickly
that real
research.
quick.
Ain't
We'll
no
keep
way
talking.
that's true.
Ain't no way that's true. But
That
man,
had to be source material, bro. Ain't no way they, because whoever did, I know they got a fat bonus if they came up with
I've
that
heard
one.
something
because
like
I
this.
feel like that's a lot of people's early
No,
on.
I
favorites.
capped with y'all. Let's go.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I was like, bro, you
So-
tell me him declaring war was
Somebody
was-
said that.
Well, they lied to you, my boy. They ain't your friend. Whoever told you that.
Oh, it was a filler episode in between. Never mind.
there was some filler
there you
episodes
go.
that I
There was some
definitely
filler.
skipped. I'm gonna be
And I feel
honest.
like
Yeah.
that's something we should talk about is the lack thereof of filler. For
That is bonus.
320,
Especially for a
325
weekly
There is
anime.
filler, bro, but the
There
filler is
is.
actually decent.
Yeah, I think the only filler I skipped was like the holiday ones at the end during the Enies Lobby arc.
Mm-hmm.
Because I was just trying to watch the goddamn Enies Lobby arc. I didn't need all that.
Yeah.
But I mean, like any other filler, I didn't even realize it was filler. I just watched it and I enjoyed it. Which I feel like is really important, especially when you have some other animes out there, Naruto,
Yeah.
where it's half of it's filler. So I think that's definitely some plus points for it.
Agreed. But okay, boys. I think that about wraps up the plot. Cause
I mean-
post Aaron. Well, let's talk about post Aaron Lobby real quick, just to
Mhm.
zip up the plot thing. Cause a lot did happen during that fight.
Mhm.
And so, hey y'all, time out. We might have to cut this out, but it says the meeting's gonna end in 10 minutes.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
That's fine. We'll just probably have to
Okay.
restart the meeting.
Mhm.
I can see that. It has a little timer for us too.
Okay. But well, I had to do something right there. But yeah, so the post Aaron Lobby's arc, like, cause a lot happened during Aaron's Lobby. You know, the Mary was going down. That's the only reason why they went to Water Sevens, cause they needed to fix up Mary. We didn't even talk about, you know what?
We didn't even
Well,
talk about
I'm gonna bring it
Mary.
out
We'll
in
get there.
standout moments. I'm bringing out standout
I
moments.
was
Yeah,
definitely
we
bringing it out.
definitely.
I was gonna bring it out in emotion. Shit.
Emotion too.
Hold on, I think actually something. I feel like what Dion was saying, like how he was saying it, like the plot and these are the subcategories. I feel like we should discuss all of this in plot. That way, it's like even if it's standout moments, or let's say it's a standout fight, it's being discussed in plot. So like we're not jumping over the place, or we're not having to hold off, because that is actually part of the plot.
This is
That's
true.
true.
So
We'll
we
keep
should
it-
guess
we'll keep
like
it to a minimum, man. So all I'll say is amazing plot to make me cry when a ship is burned.
I did not cry, but I was definitely
Make
like,
me
damn.
physically cry.
I didn't cry. I didn't give a
I
fuck
cried.
about that ship, y'all.
I did. About that shit.
I didn't care about that
I
ship.
cared.
I'm gonna lie to y'all.
I did.
Yeah, I thought the ship was kind of ugly any fucking way.
You're gonna get crucified.
Really? What?
I will get crucified, bro. It don't got shit on the. I won't talk. Y'all need to catch up to time skip.
Yeah.
How much of this do y'all have to cut out?
I don't know. It's gonna be a mess now. I didn't know this is a thing.
Anyway, let's get back on task.
Yes.
Where we were moving to
Post Aaron Lobby. Just to
post in
fill
this
up.
lobby.
Just
Post
fill
Aaron's
all
Lobby.
up.
I'm
Mary.
gonna be honest with y'all. I won't say too much because I don't remember too much about Punch in this lobby. All I know is like
Frankie joins.
Frankie joins, and we get Robin back. That
Yeah.
was already done.
Got a new ship.
New ship, beautiful ship.
Was there a new ship?
Yeah, that's what
the
Frankie
Sunny.
was doing.
The Sunny.
Yeah, the Sunny. Frankie built him a new ship.
Yeah,
Remember?
the
Well, it's supposed to
Thousand
be a
Sunny.
line.
Yeah,
Yeah.
1,000 Sunnies.
Yeah, I personally like that shit way better. That's what I'm telling you. I don't really
Yeah,
care about the
that
goat
shit does
marriage.
have a lot of doodads.
It do got a lot of doodads.
I don't even think I've seen the doodad yet.
Oh shit. Never
Um,
mind. The ship just looks cool.
Yeah,
No,
it's
I know
just
it has a lot of doodads. They talk about it.
it's
Yeah,
just a
it
I
has
cool
just haven't
ship.
seen any of them. It is a cool ship, and it's much bigger.
much bigger, very cool.
Much bigger.
Has our aquarium, very dope. Very classy.
Very
But
nice.
yeah.
And all
Yeah,
right.
then they sell off.
Okay. Everyone got their numbers for plot.
Yeah,
We're not gonna talk about them, but just you got your numbers.
yep.
Ready. Then next up, characters. I feel like we could probably
I have an
scurry
idea
through
for
this one a
characters.
little bit.
Just to start off with characters, I want to hear all you guys rank the Straw Hat characters in order from favorite to least favorite. And I'll start.
Okay.
I'll start.
What are
Okay.
all the characters?
We have Luffy, Zoro, Nami, Usopp, Sanji, Chopper, Frankie, and Robin.
Okay, just making sure that I know which characters we
Yep.
had at that point. Continue.
So I'm gonna rank mine. Number 1 is Zoro. Number
Okay.
2 is Luffy. Number 3 is Chopper. Number 4 is Sanji. Number 5 is Nami. Number 6 is Robin. Number 7 is Usopp. All right, did I say Frankie?
You did not say Frankie.
Oh, put Frankie behind Robin in front of Usopp.
So she's number 7, Usopp's number 8.
Frankie's number 7 and Usopp's number 8.
Okay, so she's number 6 then.
Yes.
Okay.
That's my ranking.
Okay.
Okay. Okay, I'll go next. Number 1, Luffy.
Okay.
Number 2, Zoro.
Okay.
Number 3, I'm gonna surprise y'all here. It's gonna be Usopp.
Wow.
What the fuck?
Wow.
4, Sanji.
Okay.
Number 5, Frankie.
Okay.
Number 6, Chopper. Number 7, Nico Robin. And after that, lastly, number 8, Nami.
Okay. Heard that. And his lobby favorite arc didn't care that Nico Robin was getting her ass beat by dude.
No, it wasn't.
not
It wasn't for her. It wasn't a good arc because of her. I mean, it was about her though, but
It was about her. It was very much about her. It was all
could've been-
for her.
exchange Nami, and you would have got the same thing, or any other character, and it would have been the same thing.
Maybe. I don't know. Okay. My turn. All right. Number 1, Luffy. Number 2, Sanji. Number 3, Zoro. Number 4, Chopper. Number 5, Robin. Number 6, Frankie. Number 7, Nami. Number 8, Usopp.
Man, culture.
Yeah.
Right.
No.
So we gotta
Sorry,
talk.
Sniper King.
So we gotta talk about this because Richard, me and you agree that when it comes to the Straw Hats, Usopp's the worst character.
Yep, that would
Raheem, why is he number 3 for you?
Why is Usopp number 3? I will have to admit that the reason that I like Usopp is from some later seasons that you guys know.
That's cheating.
Invalid
That
information.
is
That's
cheating
cheating.
and invalid. But I will explain to you. I still do like Usopp.
Why?
First off, Usopp was the one who shot the flag.
Yeah.
Usopp is usually known as the bitch character,
Yep.
the coward, the all of this. Like,
'Cause
so
he
for
is.
him to do that, that was a pretty big moment. And
I
the
mean,
thing Usopp is, he can be as scared as he wants, but he will step for something that he believes in, or for his Nakama, aka friends. He will step for them. Just like when he fought Luffy, he did that because he was so upset about the ship
yeah.
that was given to him by that girl. He fought Luffy. And honestly, Luffy didn't try too hard, but he still did pretty fucking good.
He did.
He did do good,
tried
bro.
his best. He tried
was
his hardest.
beating Luffy. He was beating the shit out of that man.
I won't say that now.
I would.
He-
I would say that. He was beating that man's ass.
I
He
think
was
he got
Stop playing
Winga
around.
blowing. He got Winga blowing with the shell, and that was it.
Nah, bro. He had Luffy sweating for a minute there.
That's because Luffy didn't want to one tap his ass.
Luffy wasn't
That's
trying
Luffy's
for real,
fault.
but he
That's
was
Luffy's
still.
fault.
Oh,
But
I
he
like
he
Usopp.
wasn't getting his ass beat.
I like Usopp because he stands on what he believes, and it doesn't matter if he's scared of anything. He's going to do what needs to be done if that's something that he cares about. or what he feels needs to be done. That's why I like Usopp. Behind all of that, he's a real man that will handle business.
Well, you see, I don't, especially in the in between moments of the
Mhm.
action. Like even in the action, he always starts off the action trying to duck action,
Yes.
running away. You know, Zoro, Sanji, Luffy, even Nami. He hides behind all of them. He's like, go take care of it, and
Doesn't he hide behind
that's
Nami, though?
annoying.
He does hide behind Nami.
He does hide behind Nami sometimes. Sometimes
Ever
he's
since
playing
he-
Nami's
ever
back.
since he
behind
gave-
them, though.
No, ever since he gave Nami the staff, he's hid behind
Mhm.
her as well.
He
I feel like if you want to make an argument for him to be great, that's what you should talk about. It's his
He is
ability to
growing,
make
though.
tools.
I see what you're saying, Raheem, with him shooting the flag
He
and stuff. He
does.
is growing.
very good at
He
making
is growing
tools, bro.
confidence.
But
But he is also lying every other sentence still. For
This
as
is
far
true.
as I've seen, he's still lying all the time, talking out
That's
of
the
his
tough
ass.
part about his character too, bro.
And I
Maybe.
don't like that. I think it's annoying.
And I also think an argument could be made that that wasn't Usopp. That was Sniper King. That's his little facade.
That's true. Like, but then again, that's also to a self-confidence thing too.
Maybe.
Because we are talking about like a man with that struggles with confidence.
This is true. I mean, have
And
you seen
so-
that in the other side? I would too.
Damn.
What?
He said, "You see his nose? I would be struggling too."
Yep, he do got a big ass nose.
We do.
But Usopp, man, y'all will see. Maybe y'all come around to him one day.
Maybe.
If that day comes, I'll be sure to let you know. Or let the viewers know.
Maybe a One Piece Part 2? Question
Maybe
mark?
One Piece Part 2? Question mark. We'll see.
Question mark? Maybe that's when he'll come around.
One Part 2 when these fuck boys catch up.
Yep, whenever. Okay.
Hey man. But okay, let's talk about our favorite characters real quick.
Mm-hmm.
We all put Luffy, Zoro in our top 2.
I didn't.
Or
I
no,
had
Richard
Sanji
put
top
Zoro
two.
in number 3, but
I had
close
Zoro
enough.
number 3. Close enough.
Close enough.
But Luffy
what about-
was your number 1.
Luffy was my number 1.
And Luffy was my number 2. What about them? Guys, let's talk about this. What about them makes us like just love them so much? They do get the most screen time.
I'll
They do
go
get
first.
Screen time. Go.
Luffy is a badass.
Luffy is the best.
Luffy is a badass.
Without a doubt.
For one, when they changed Luffy's like art style, do y'all know like when he's done being that goofy fucking character, and then they change his eyes,
They do. They take
general.
away his eyes, damn near.
Yeah.
and his eyes are different, and he has that more serious look, like
Yeah.
right before he does something. I love that look that he gets.
Okay.
And I guess like he's a dope character with like he has very good morals.
Incredibly loyal,
Right away.
He's also incredibly loyal.
which is inspiring to be that loyal and to be like just that guy. He's just that guy, which is
Here's
inspiring.
that guy. The pronouns are he, because I'll never be him.
Same with Zoro. Zoro is also that guy. A badass, incredibly loyal to Luffy. Frags the hell out.
No doubt about that. Zoro's a badass. Sanji, I put him on my number 2. He's loyal. He's always there for them. He deals with all their shenanigans. That boy, he'd be whooping in the kitchen nonstop the way Luffy's ass be eating.
He do be always up in the kitchen, bro.
But he's always happy to do it.
He lucky
Yeah,
Nami there. If Nami wasn't there though, he'd be hungry.
You're right. Nami and Robin, bro. He do be simping a little too hard sometimes. He need to chill with it. But I feel like that's part of just what makes his character great.
He's heavy on the simp.
He's heavy on the simp, and that's like his thing. And you see that in the Enies lobby, in the Enies lobby arc.
Yeah, he a big simp. Got his ass folded because of it.
Yeah, my man got turned into a bubble man.
Oh man, yep, fucking soap doll, sex doll.
And then he lost to somebody that Nami beat. So like, what does that
We
say?
don't talk about that, bro. That's my number 2. So we got our shell on that.
All right. Least favorite. Let's talk about some other characters besides the Straw Hat real quick. I already said Enel's my favorite villain that we've seen in the show so far. How about you guys?
From that point,
What are some other standout characters? Ace. We see a little bit of Ace.
not really a villain or anything, but you got Shanks.
Shanks. You
Shanks
do see
is-
a little bit of
Shanks is
Shanks.
cool.
Shanks is definitely a character early on that I want to know more about. Like, put him
Oh,
on the screen. I want to know about
Yeah.
Shanks.
Like
Um,
his meeting with Whitebeard, that was pretty cool.
Yep,
That
you do
was
see
intense.
that in episode
Yeah.
325.
what else? That was really cool. Blackbeard. Blackbeard's a pretty cool character.
Blackbeard's something else. That man.
Something else. And we don't know too much about him from what we see from
No.
episode 325.
His devil fruit seems absolutely nuts though.
His Devil's Fruit seems fucking broken.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nerf now, please.
Nerf him
Jesus
now.
Christ.
Yeah.
Oh shit, not too many. It is a lot of characters, but not like too many notable characters.
But
You
Raheem,
know who my least favorite is? Since we were talking about least favorite
Mhm.
character, I hate with a passion.
Mhm.
Foxy.
Foxy,
yeah,
yeah,
Foxy
the
was
Silver
unnecessary.
Fox pirate,
That
bro.
felt
I
like a filler arc. That's
I
also probably the worst arc in the show
hated
too.
Foxy,
That
bro.
was the arc,
I didn't
bro.
even mind. I didn't even mind the Davy back fight or the Davy back battles. I thought those were actually kind of interesting. But Foxy himself, my God,
His pirates were annoying too. They looked up to his
Spice
ass
were
too
annoying
much.
too, but I did not like Foxy.
I skip Foxy.
That's
Oh.
crazy. That's important.
Is it?
Is it though?
Important
Is
enough
it
that it's
really?
not
I'm pretty
filler.
sure. Wasn't that one of the filler arcs before you do a big arc? They do like mini filler arcs, and then you get right back into the arc.
Hey, bro.
The big
No,
arc.
that was part of the journey on their way to
That was part of the journey.
Water 7. That was part of the
It
journey.
was.
It was. That is. It was. I don't know if it wasn't super important, but you had to be there.
But okay.
It wasn't super important. I wasn't paying attention because he sucks though.
He
For
did
sure.
suck, bro. He's a character I did not like.
Well, and also I did not like the feelings I felt watching this show.
Really? Why? Why you say that?
Cause, bro, it made me sad.
It did.
And it made
It
me.
does.
It
Does a
has some
real good
sad,
job.
heavy moments in the show,
Mm-hmm.
but it also has some hype ass moments in this show. Make me, go do some push-ups because I want to do what the fuck they doing.
This is
Yeah,
true.
Mm-hmm.
I was
This is
more
true.
hyped than anything.
I feel like I was also more hyped than anything. Watching
awesome.
Luffy get serious and beat some ass. Watching Zoro beat some ass.
Mm-hmm.
Sanji just kicked the shit out of people. The scene. Oh, Raheem, you wouldn't have seen it because you skipped the Davy back fights. But Dion, you watched it when Zoro and Sanji team up to do the 2v3 and that little ball game thing that they have.
Yeah, they went
Wow.
crazy, and it's funny how
Wow.
they're always fighting over the ball too.
They're
I do
always
love that
fighting.
dynamic.
Yes, I love
do
their
love that.
antagonistic dynamic to each other, and they just come together like literally they're like, let's just be friends for 2 minutes, beat their ass, and then we can go back to normal. And they were like, okay.
Yeah.
And then they proceeded to beat their ass in like 2 minutes. It was great.
Yeah. They both just got big ass egos. That's the only reason why they argue.
Oh, without a doubt.
Nah, Sanji be fucking with Zoro. Sanji the shit starter.
His ass called him Moss Head, bro. That shit funny though.
It is. That's actually a really good
Very
one.
funny.
That's why he the shit starter.
Yeah. Made me
That
cry
shit
over
hard.
a ship. I feel like that's an emotion that you just can't ignore. Like
I didn't
I'll
cry,
admit,
but
I did.
I felt the energy through my screen. I felt the heaviness on it.
I felt the heaviness and it got to me and I cried.
I'm gonna tell y'all I didn't care about that shit.
You know what, bro? You just heard this. That's all that is.
Yeah, pretty much, bro. What the hell?
It's okay.
I didn't care about that shit one
Well,
bit.
that was their first ship. If it wasn't for that shit, they still be in the East Blue.
Bro, how
And
can you
that
tell me
wasn't
you
Luffy's
didn't
first
care?
shit, bro. Come on, bro. How y'all forget
No, bro,
about
it was
OG
talking
Barrel?
to them.
How y'all forget about OG Barrel? Put
Who
some
the fuck
respect
OG
on
Barrel?
OG Barrel.
Whatever.
OG Barrel. I didn't know they had a ship before.
That's how Luffy was getting around in the barrel.
Yeah, that's how Luffy
Oh,
was getting
oh yeah, and that's how he ended up on the clown chick's boat, right?
Yeah,
Yes.
Alviva shit.
Yeah. Oh, that was funny.
No,
That
no.
is that's kind of a standout moment, because I think that's like the first 5 minutes of the show. That's how you just meet the man. He just hop out of barrel, hungry as hell, looking for food.
This is true. This is very true.
And then he goes on and he has all these other standout moments.
I feel like
Like-
Luffy. Mhm.
Standout moments like fighting Arlong, which is an incredible moment. Incredible fight. You see that he's willing to push himself to win. Standout moments like, defeating Enel because that motherfucker's literally a god. And yet he still beat his ass. Standout moments like him fighting Usopp. That's a huge moment.
Huge
Yeah,
moment.
it's a huge moment in the show.
Huge moment. I could not believe that was real. I remember because I didn't skip the intro, and I remember seeing that, and I thought that was like something to like just to like propel Luffy, some Luffy that's flying somewhere. But no, they were actually fighting. Huge moment, huge emotions during that fight, and then just Annie's lobby, stand up moment showing the flag, him fighting Rob,
Lucy.
like that's a huge fight.
And it was Rob Lucci was insane.
Another huge moment that we haven't talked about is Chopper having his first like big fight when he goes beast mode.
When he goes
Oh yeah,
monster.
when he eats
Monster
when he
mode,
eats his
yes.
3 little steroid
Like
pills.
that's a huge standout moment, and that was awesome. That was like, whoa, what the hell's
He
going on here?
absolutely decimated the mine. Who's I feel like name isn't even worth mentioning because he's not important. He was just
Yeah,
a
no,
no.
he's not worth mentioning. The man got stuck in the fridge, popped out the fridge, and got his ass two tapped.
Yeah, he's irrelevant, bro. He's irrelevant. Goddamn Humpty Dumpty's ass is irrelevant.
But yeah, those are my standout moments. What about you guys?
I would say my standout moments. I feel like one we definitely haven't talked about. And we should. When Zoro got 2-pieced by Dracula Mihawk, the dude with the cross sword.
Yeah,
yeah.
Because I feel like that was a very big moment for Zoro as a character. Because
Yeah,
after he
bro,
got his
'cause
ass
we-
beat,
we thought Zoro was the fucking guy.
yeah, and he just got fucking shit on by Dracula.
We didn't
And
know
then he
anybody
promised,
about him.
and then he promised Luffy to never lose again.
Mhm.
Which I only just realized while we were talking earlier about Aaron's lobby and stuff like that. Yeah, he lost to Enel, so he broke that promise. Because he definitely got shit on by Enel.
He did get shit on.
That ain't fair though.
That is not fair. That man
I
had.
know. Hey man, he said he'll never lose and he lost. I just want to point that out.
Man, fair point. Fair point. He ain't losing a sword fight though.
He was not short fight though. That's true.
So
So, technicalities, I suppose, if you want to say that.
okay. Any others?
Not that haven't already been mentioned. That was the one that I wanted to talk about.
So when Luffy first uses Gear Second in his lobby, he first uses Gears.
Did I not mention that?
So
Yes.
he uses against Bluno, which is that guy with the crescent, like the crescent moon hair.
That almost
You know
looks
what
like
I'm talking about?
horns. Yeah.
Yeah, that guy. He uses it against him. And it's his first time we see him using Gear Second and Gear Third. No, he didn't even get a chance to use Gear.
No, he didn't have to.
But he folded him too fast with Gear Second that he didn't even get a chance to use Gear Third. So that was our first time seeing Gear Second.
Gear Second.
And it was hype as fuck.
I can't believe I forgot that.
Luffy.
Yes, and then Gear Third is against Rob Lucci.
Mm-hmm.
Well, technically, it's against Adore. The first time we kind of sort of see.
He thinks down door, but you don't really see him do it.
No, you just see him do it. Well, you see the aftermath, and then he becomes all tiny and he's running around like a child.
Yeah. But yeah, him. I can't believe I forgot to mention that, Raheem. Thanks for bringing it up because we were talking about it before we started recording. And I was like, I got a lot to say about that fight because when he went Gears, that's the best moment in the show up to episode 325 for me. Yeah. It's the best moment. Him going Gear Second, and him just, man, what a play. What a moment.
Can we get a shout out to Elephant Sword real quick?
Elephant Sword.
Elephant Sword.
Isn't that fucking that face mask guy sword that he had?
Yeah. Which fuck him, but that's a whole. What? That's the least favorite character, bro. Is that guy? Fuck him.
Yeah, no, he's a. We don't. Nobody likes him.
I'm glad.
Elephant Sword. What was the fucking sword called?
I just know it as Elephant Sword. I think it actually had a name, but it was a sword that ate like the elephant fruit.
Yeah.
Somehow they never explained how that happened. At least not that I remember.
Or did the elephant eat a sword fruit?
No, he said it was a sword ate the elephant fruit.
Oh.
You can give devil fruit to inanimate objects, but it don't really get all too much explained.
Oh.
What the Bible call. If you guys know, please let us know.
Right.
Well.
Okay.
All right, guys. Let's move on to our fifth and final category: the animation, music, and such things like that.
For its time, pretty decent for its time, and it did also still do pretty well conveying hype moments and emotional scenes. So
Mhm.
I'll say altogether pretty solid.
It is
Pretty
solid.
solid.
Huge jump from episode 1 to 325. Incredible improvement.
Yeah.
Now,
Oh, yeah.
325 episodes is a lot of episodes. We're talking about like one episode for almost a year straight.
This
A
is true.
lot of
Uh-huh.
a lot of anime, but still a huge improvement.
It is beautiful. Even early on, it's not terrible, especially for like the early
Yeah.
90s one. If you compare it to other like 90s animes, it looks pretty good.
Yeah.
I
It
like
still
I like
holds
it
up.
better.
It's not too bad.
No, not at all.
Music is good. Best intro, I forget how the song goes, but I know it starts like
I don't know. I think
Yeah.
all the One Piece intros are kind of mid.
There's
Yeah,
only
I
one that
think
stands
all
out to
of them
me.
are kind of mid too.
They're not
No,
great.
they are all mid,
Okay.
actually.
Okay. Well, any closing thoughts?
No.
Great. I'm excited to see what everyone gives it.
I am
Yeah.
too.
Oh.
But before we give our final scores, let's go to a special segment that we like to call Fight Battle. And so this is a segment to where we take two people. Sorry, Richard.
The fact that
Fight Battle. But yeah, this is a segment where we take two characters. Can be from the
Mhm.
same universe, can be from opposite universes, it can be from opposite dimensions, and we pin them against each other, and we see who we think would win in a fight. And so for this week, we're gonna take Sanji, and we're gonna no change. I have a better one.
Yeah,
We're gonna
but
put Luffy against Deku.
Luffy versus Deku.
Who do you guys think will win?
Mhm.
And for those of you that don't know, Deku is from My Hero Academia. So spoiler
Yes.
warnings for that up to season. We might talk up to like season 5 information.
I won't. I've only seen.
Who
I think
has
it's up to
season?
season 3.
Let's say up to season 3.
Up to season
That
Yeah,
3.
overhaul fight.
The overhaul film. Yeah, that's all. That's the
Yeah.
last thing I saw. With the
Overhaul is on season 4. So up to season 4.
There you go.
Up to season 4. Yeah, let's say that.
Okay.
Okay.
Initial thoughts. Just initial votes before we explain and we try to
Initial
each other.
thoughts. Luffy
Okay.
mid diff. That's my
Really?
immediate thought. Yes, Luffy mid diff.
Right?
I would also say Luffy probably mid diff as well. Yeah.
Really? See, I think Luffy high diff.
I think Luffy high diff, huh?
Luffy high diff. Okay, let's
Quick-
get into why you think
hang
that.
on. Quick
Okay.
explanation
Uh-huh.
of how it works. You
Mhm.
know, for anyone who doesn't know, high difficulty means that it's a very close battle.
Mhm.
It comes down to like minute details. Mid diff, you know, the winner's sweating a little bit, but they're winning with some leeway. Low diff, you know, the person who lost got a couple hits in. It was looking close for like 2 seconds, and then the winner stopped
Oh.
fucking around and beat that ass. No
Uh-huh.
diff, no difficulty. Not even fair. Not even
Yeah.
fair.
Okay.
I could say it could be no diff as well, guys, because we also one thing for Luffy's being a rubber man is he doesn't take physical damage.
He takes
No.
physical damage. He
Well,
just has
not physical
resistance
damage,
to it.
blunt force.
Yeah, and even that he takes resistance. It hurts him a little bit. He
Question.
can't do it forever.
Question.
Yep.
Now,
He can.
Deku at 100%.
Mhm.
Is Luffy surviving 100% blow?
Yes,
Yeah.
easily.
With ease.
Easily.
With
Yes.
ease. He's not-
Easily.
Yes, bro.
Easily.
Luffy
Deku would
eating
break
those?
his
Luffy
Luffy eating those.
Yeah, Luffy
Bro,
eats
I
those.
don't think you put enough respect on Luffy.
Bro,
We're talking literally All Might punch right here.
Deku's not taking Gun pistol
He's
to the face.
eating those. What are you talking about?
Bro, I think Deku dodges a lot of Luffy moves up until unless Luffy goes gear 2. Then if Luffy goes gear 2, Deku at
I think he'll
20%
have to
isn't
go
fast
gear
enough.
2. I think that's where the mid diff comes in, is when he becomes gear 2.
And I think the
then it's
only
over.
reason why Luffy wins is because Deku cannot do 100% all the time. But since he's handicapped
if
to
we give him-
20% jump in and 100, maybe like 2 100% attacks.
I don't think he could I don't think he can do significant damage to Luffy because Luffy has that. Let's say we're not going to say flat out negation of blunt force attacks. Like he takes very little damage from blunt force attacks.
It's true.
Like
Yeah.
even 100% fucking All Might. What the fuck is it? Detroit Smash, USA
yeah.
Smash, whatever fucking smash it is. He fucking rubber balloons and it bounces right back.
Okay, question. So
I
do you think
think-
Luffy's beating All Might? Let's just say that. Luffy versus
Yes.
All Might.
Luffy wins.
Probably higher diff. High
You think
diff.
higher diff? I still think it's mid diff.
Still mid diff.
Really?
I still think it's mid diff.
Yeah.
Like Prime All Might, I'm assuming we're talking about, not
Prime All Might
And
versus
All Might can't use the other abilities of the quirk like Deco can. So he can only use like
we haven't seen that yet, Raheem. We haven't seen that yet. We haven't seen that yet. We're not talking about that.
yes, you did.
Yes, you did.
That's not a season
Season
4. That's not
I
a
Yes,
did.
season
that's
4.
I
season
know about
4.
that.
Yes, it is.
That's season 5 when they're doing the fight against the other class. That's season
Nah,
5.
bro, they
It's-
talk about it though. You
They
see
talk
what
about
you
it,
see
though.
what
You
All
know
Might
it.
can do. Yeah, you know that. You know that All Might can do is he's just hella strong. He can't move around and stuff like Deku can. They tell you a bunch of times.
Mm,
What's that?
I've only seen
I
up
don't
to
know
the
about that,
overall
Richard.
fight, and I know this.
I don't
How you
think
gonna
so.
tell me?
I don't think so, Richard. I think
No,
you're
I'm
wrong.
talking.
did.
He's talking about the other quirk abilities. Did
Oh,
they
no, I
not?
haven't. No, because I don't know
That's
what
season
other
5.
quirks the other All for One, or One for Alls have used.
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought they had already talked
No,
about it.
I
I'm
just
pretty
know
sure.
that. I just know that
But
All
didn't
Might
you know
can't do what
about? Do
Deku
you know
can.
what Black Whip is?
No,
No,
Richard doesn't know. I do, but Richard hasn't
Oh
seen that.
wow, that was literally first season. Season 5 sucked. Fuck, I thought that was season 4.
Season 5
Shit.
was pretty weak. But anyways, back to the
Anyways.
topic of All
Look.
Might beating Luffy. I think All
Luffy's
Might
winning.
beats Luffy.
You think All Might
No.
beats Luffy? You
I
are
think All Might can beat
hilarious,
Luffy.
bro.
No.
No, bro.
Bro, I think Luffy.
I don't think Luffy ever has to go past second gear against either of them. He
Yeah,
doesn't even have
I
to go to
feel
third
like
gear.
wraps them up. Feel like it's going to be. It would be high diff until Luffy goes gear second, and then mid diff, and it's really if they can even keep up with him. If they can't keep up with him, then we're looking at low diff. If
Right.
they
You
can't,
see,
keep up-
I think Prime All Might can keep up with Luffy in second gear.
I
Though.
don't. I don't. I think he has no chance.
Really?
He
Yes.
could keep up with him.
No.
I would give
Luffy's-
Prime All Might though,
No.
because you have
He's too
to think
fast.
how powerful is All for One from the fight that we've seen.
Yeah.
He's fucking powerful.
He is powerful, but he's. I don't know. I don't see it.
But really seeing too many speedy characters, guys.
It's true.
In my Hero universe. So it's like
It
I
is
would
kind of hard to tell.
none of them are as fast as Luffy's gear second.
No.
Interesting. Well,
Okay.
if you
So
write into us at Twitter, add us at Twitter with who you think will win in this fight.
what is the Twitter at, Dion?
The Twitter is at Anime Array. So it'll be in the description of this episode. So let us know your thoughts, because
Let us know.
I seem to be having the hot take, but
He does have the take.
At least no one was silly enough to say that either Deku or All Might would win the fight.
Yeah.
You could say it's high diff, sure, but real silly would have been like Deku mid diff, Deku low diff. Kind of like now you're just saying stuff.
Yeah, I feel like that. I guess feel like he doesn't have what it takes to hurt him. That's all. Like he doesn't have anything that can actually
No.
provide any lasting damage to Luffy at the time.
Yeah. I feel like to anyone whose argument might be like, oh, when he does his like little finger flicks and he like flicks the air hella fast. That
I
ain't
mean,
gonna
he
do that
might
boy.
if he can generate a
That ain't doing nothing to
slash.
that boy.
If he can generate slashes,
No.
if he can cut Luffy, he can definitely do some damage, and that would make it a way more even fight. But if
Luffy's
he
not gonna
can't
have a
cut
chance.
Luffy, if he has no way to cut Luffy or like damage to Luffy, then it won't be an even
don't
fight.
you see
He has to damage
Deku
Luffy.
cut air with his kicks?
Yeah.
I know
lands
it's like that in the My
kicks.
Hero game. I'm not sure if it actually happens in the anime, but I know you see him do it with in the game. You see him like shoot air, like sharp air at people.
I mean, if he can do it, then it would
I
be
still
a bit
think no.
more of a fight. But I still say he's losing to Luffy because Luffy can take.
Yeah. All right. So final
I say Luffy's way more durable than All Might and
Deku.
Deku.
Yep. Okay. So final votes. It sounds like 3-0 Luffy, mid to high diff.
Yes.
Alrighty.
Okay, boys.
Fantastic, guys.
All right, now time for what we've been leading up to for the final rankings of One Piece. So, to start off, we have plot. Plot is 40 points.
That's worth 40 points.
So, we'll start off with you, Richard. What do you give plot?
All right. I give plot 34 out of 40.
34. Okay.
I give plot a 34. It's great. It's original. It's unique enough in its own way. It has some misses here or there. It's got a little bit of filler, which it doesn't lose too much points for the filler, but filler is filler, so it has to lose a little bit there. But overall,
Okay.
amazing.
Raheem?
Okay, I'm gonna give it damn near full marks for plot, and I'm gonna go about 38.
Okay.
Ooh.
Very original, very good world building. And I guess the only real bad thing, like Richard said, it does have that filler.
Well, I'm gonna give it a 35.
Okay.
I agree. You guys really convinced me about how original the story really is. It's much more original than I thought, and I must be missing the filler because I don't even notice it. So I think it's incredible. So that gives it a 107 in plot out of
It's crazy.
120. So incredible, great start for One Piece. Moving on to our second category, which is characters, which is 20 points. I'll lead, and I'll give it a 16.
16.
I'll give it a 16. Characters
Okay.
are good. Usopp sandbags them. Need I say more?
Unfortunate. Okay, that's fair.
For me, I'm gonna give it full marks. Honestly, 20.
20.
One
Holy shit.
Piece does amazing with even the characters that you don't like. One Piece does very good with all its characters and make every character feel unique and different.
This is true.
Okay.
Yeah,
So I have to give it. It does amazing with characters.
that it does. I give it an 18 out of 20.
Okay.
A vast majority of the characters are fantastic, or at the very least, good. I feel like that's the bare minimum to ask for is a good character written. There's just like a couple of them, like the ones I mentioned. Foxy kind of brings that down a little bit. Usopp
Mhm.
brings it down very little because I get that's his thing, just kind of being that cowardice, whatever. So I give it credit where it's due, and I let it slide a little bit. But Foxy's unacceptable.
Fair enough.
Yeah, Foxy is straight out unacceptable, but I
Unacceptable.
won't hold him because of Foxy.
I will. I watched that. I watched the Davy back battles. You get host for that.
I watched it, but I skipped through it once I seen what it was.
Nope. Okay.
Okay.
So not
Well,
bad,
that's
not bad.
54 out of 60. So another great mark.
Okay. All
Moving
right.
on to our third category, we have emotions. This one's out of 15 points, and Richard, you can start this one.
All righty. I give it full marks. 15 out of 15.
Wow.
You deserve full marks if you make me cry over a ship. You deserve full marks for anytime anything halfway serious happens. I feel some type of way, and I'm just sucked in and can't take my eyes off the screen. So 15.
Okay. Raheem?
Okay, I'm gonna give it a 12. It did not make me cry over that bitch ass shit, but
Bro, quit calling it a bitch ass shit. You bitch ass boy.
It did get me very OG Barrel way better. Anyway,
Whatever.
it did give me it got me very fucking hyped. Made me sit up. Made me feel good overall. So, but I can't give it that because it didn't make me cry. So that wouldn't even be fair. So that's
I was
it. 12.
I was kind of give it the 15. I did not shed it here watching this show. But
What'd you give it?
overall, I'm going to give it a 13. Can't give it a 15. Didn't make
13?
me
Okay.
cry. But still,
That's fair.
overall, it was incredibly solid. And
Mhm.
so that is a 40 out of 45.
40 out of 45. Solid.
So high marks.
I'm
Next
marked.
one, another 15-point category. And this one is
Mhm.
standout moments. I'll lead 15 out of 15. Like the
Okay.
list of honest standout moments is so long.
Yeah, I'm right behind you. We don't even.
Okay.
I'm right behind you with the full marks. So I'm gonna stand out moments.
You wanna
Richard?
know what's crazy? Full marks, bro, for standout moments. 15.
Well deserved. 45.
Well
Hey y'all.
deserved. There's
Episode
so many
1, but
moments.
also first time in history of the podcast for marks and standout moments.
Full marks across the board, bro. It's hard to not give it full marks, especially with how we would just how often we were talking about things that we remembered.
Yeah.
Like
Mhm.
it just wouldn't be fair. It would definitely be you trying to like have some bias. And that's not what we're here for. We're here to try to give some real numbers, some real lettering, some real rankings. So I'm proud of us for that.
Yeah, for
Well,
sure. It has numerous.
Numerous.
yeah, easily.
Numerous.
Incredible amount. And now, lastly, for our fifth and final category is out of 10 points, and it's animation.
I'll go first.
Okay.
I'm just gonna say 7. Pretty solid, holds up for its time, but a lot of people will say the whole art style of One Piece is a bit weird, and it is a bit harder to get into if that's not what you're used to. So I'm just gonna keep it at a 7.
Okay.
Right?
Richard?
Yeah. Now you can go ahead and go.
Me? I'm gonna give it a 9.
9.
And now, because I just thought of this.
Okay.
When I think of some other animes, when they start, especially since it's such a high number and it's a weekly anime, sometimes when they get to fights, they
Mhm.
kind of make it blurry. They kind of cut some shit out. One Piece don't do that. You get to see all the action, and it gets an eye from me because of it.
That's true. Okay.
Which one?
I'll admit, I've been persuaded by hearing you and Raheem talk about it a little bit. Originally I give it a 6, but I've kind of learned that's a little too harsh, so I bump it up to an 8.
Awesome.
Give it an 8. I feel like you're right, and I remember back earlier saying that even when I said personally that even for an anime in 1991, 92, whatever, early 90s, it looks better than some of the other 90s animes.
Mhm.
Like personally for me, I think it looks so much better than Sailor Moon did.
Okay,
Sailor
let's not
Moon's
get
not.
us crucified.
Hey,
Let's
bro,
not
I'm
get us
just saying, early
crucified.
Sailor Moon was ugly. It was. I'm not saying anything else about it. I'm just saying the animation, there's a difference, and it's an obvious one which one looks better.
All right.
Mhm.
Rich, you want to go ahead and remind the folks at home what point gets somewhere in the tier list while I
Of
add up
course.
our final
You add
numbers?
them. Go for it. Okay. So for S tier, anywhere between 190 points. A tier, 89 to 79 points. B
Mhm.
tier is 78 to 68 points. C tier, 67 to 57. And F tier is a 56 to 0, which if you get a 0, cancel, bro. I can tell you probably didn't get a season 2.
I don't think
Did a
it's
good
possible.
season 2.
I don't think it is
Did
possible.
you finish?
Right, honestly.
Right.
Well,
Like,
boys,
goddamn.
I got the final number. I gotta say, I'm surprised.
Yeah.
I'm incredibly
I'm-
surprised. Can I get
I'm
a
not
drum roll?
surprised because I think I know where it's at.
Drum roll,
Is it the
please.
first one?
Bitch, I said drum roll.
I gave you a drum roll.
I didn't hear no drum roll.
I'm not good at jump rolls.
It's a
what I
90,
did.
boys. It's an S tier.
It's a 90.
Episode
It's
1, we
an
already
S
have an
tier.
S tier.
That's
I
crazy.
didn't think it was possible. I
I
didn't think
said
so,
it.
but
It's One Piece.
it's one.
It
And
is One Piece.
honestly, the more we
That
talked
is.
about, the better it was than I was initially thinking. Incredible show.
Yeah, very
It
good.
really is.
Good anime.
I feel like
Incredible.
the thing that really carries it to the 90 is its standout moments. I feel like
Yeah.
without all of us giving it those full marks, it would have only been A tier.
It
Mhm.
definitely
It
would have
just
only been
does
8
so well.
without that.
Yeah.
It just does so well.
Incredible show.
Alrighty, guys. S tier. Episode 1 S tier. God
Episode
damn.
1 S
The
tier.
first S tier, the first episode.
That's crazy.
Wow.
Maybe some people at home were like, obviously it's S tier. You would have been wrong
Yeah.
otherwise. Well, you know what? Now your opinion's validated and you have the numbers and the facts to back it up. So next time someone tells you they don't want to watch, One Piece or that One Piece is mid, just whip this out on them.
Man, they need
Be
to
like,
watch
oh,
One
well, I
Piece.
got facts for you.
Yeah, they need to.
I get
Yeah,
it's long, but it's worth the journey.
It's worth the
It's
journey. It
definitely
doesn't
is.
even feel that long. When you're
It
actually
doesn't.
sitting there
Once you
doing
get
it's
into
not.
it doesn't.
Well, thank you
Alright,
very
guys.
much, boys, for joining me this week.
But of course, and thank you everyone at
Our
home.
first ever
that's a
episode. I'm
listen.
proud of us. We're making
Me too.
podcasts.
Making podcasts.
Wow.
That's
All right,
crazy.
everybody.
What's up, guys?
We'll
Do
see
you
you
want
guys
to
next
let them
week.
know which one we're going to be doing next before they go?
We'll give him a
Yeah,
teaser.
I like
Give him
that.
a teaser. I say we give him a teaser. We'll drop like a quote or like something spicy like that.
All right, Richard, drop a quote.
All right, bro. Hold up.
We haven't picked which one we're doing
I
next.
don't know a quote. No, we know which one we're doing next. I just haven't. I don't know a quote from the anime. We'll say. I'll tell you this much. It's got 100% on Rotten Tomatoes.
Okay.
There you go.
Okay.
So think of that.
All right. Bye.
Bye.
Bye. Have a great day, guys.